Episode 217 of Dude and a Monkey. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. My name is Ian Loring. As always, I am joined by...
Mark Foster, hello everybody.
Now, first off, before we get started, I want to say thank you to some beautiful bastards. Steve Dixon, Chris Burns, John Dangerfield, Christopher Martin, Marcus Zizou, Ethan Barr, Paul Wong Pan, Scott McKenzie. You lot are gold.
You are the golden ears that we dribble this nectar into.
Absolutely. We're not going to bang on about the Patreon, but
it's there.
It is there. Patreon.com/Dude and a Monkey. So much better response than we either of us ever thought we were going to have in the first fucking few months, let alone first week.
Yeah.
Has really given me confidence that people actually like this shit.
Yeah.
And we really, really hope you enjoy the bonus stuff. The first 4K show went up over the weekend. I'm going to try and get more of a structure in place for that thing, and it will be longer than the 17 minutes that first show was going forward, I would imagine. Just need more content, really. And we are going to be... So, because Steve Dixon was the first Patreon, we basically gave him the choice of first commentary. In the future... even though it was interesting, actually, Marcus Zizou just said, instead of a commentary, could we do a review of Fellini's 8.5?
Yes.
Which... I'm up for doing that anyway.
I'm up for doing that anyway, yeah.
So... I would say, just because, well, but is that fair to other people? Do we throw it in the mix, or do we just do that?
I think we just do that.
Well, shall we? I'd be tempted to say, maybe let's not give any timescales, but how about Patreon people also give us a film that they want us to review?
Yes, because it helps me pick films.
Yeah, totally. And... We'll put a commentary in the mix. So, Marcus, if you want us to do a commentary of something else, tell us. We'll put it in the mix, and we'll choose a random commentary. As well. But yeah, how about that? For every Patreon they get to choose a film that we review, and then they get in the bag for a commentary.
Absolutely, yeah, I'm fine with that. My first Patreon show should be up at the beginning of next week, where I'll be... I'm doing like a noir-themed one. The idea of it is there's a lot of subgenre noir out there. And so rather than just tackling noir, I'm going to look at sort of like the sleazier side of noir to an extent, and basically just go onto Wikipedia and have a look at these weird like noir subgenres and go, right, that one. And that one, and just review a couple of them and sort of see if they are actually... The idea is to look at to see if they are actually noir films, if they follow typical noir traits, if they're any good, and kind of review the films, but review them not just as, is this a good film? Is this what this is claiming it's to be? And will it fit with this? And does it mix with this? And where the different bits from it? Is it actually not a noir? Is it actually just fluff or whatever? So that's the kind of idea for that.
Very good. I'm fucking looking forward to that. Shit, does that mean I have to donate?
Yeah, I was wondering that with the 4K thing, thinking, do I have to donate?
I think, to be fair, if you have the login details, then you could probably just, yeah.
I think we could probably just, yeah.
On just one last thing on the Patreon as well. Well, a couple of last things. Steve Dixon has chosen Gregory's Girl as the commentary, which we're looking to record hopefully next weekend.
Yes, yeah, that's fine by me.
Yeah, look for that. Hopefully, like Sunday next week, or maybe the start of the week. But probably Sunday. And fuck, there was something else in my head, and I forgot. Oh yeah. So looking at Patreon, apparently the patrons get a link to an RSS feed of the like exclusive like content. If that's not happening, if people could let me know. I know on the patrons only section of the Patreon site, there's like an in-web page version of the audio, but like I say, it's supposed to be an RSS feed as well. We are new to this, guys, so if you don't have that, could you let me know, like on Twitter or on the Patreon page, whatever, and I'll look into that. But apparently, when you subscribe, you're supposed to get, or when you pledge, you're supposed to get an RSS feed.
Yeah.
So there you go. Coming up on this week's show, was that it for the Patreon?
Yes.
Yeah, but seriously, folks, thank you so much. That was really, really, really wonderful. Coming up on this week's show, we're going to be doing Dunkirk, as everybody else is doing, but why wouldn't they? And we're also finally going to fucking do 3 episodes of Twin Peaks, and some other what we watched and whatnot as well. Anything happened that you want to talk about, Mark, or should we just get straight into trailers?
Let's get straight into trailers. I don't think that much has really happened, has it?
No, I mean, so Comic-Con happened.
It's a bit... You kind of know what's going to happen at all now, really. Nothing happens. They just show you a bunch of shit.
Yeah, there wasn't really any announcement that...
No.
I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer joining Ant-Man and the Wasp as Michael Douglas's wife, Janet Von Dyne, or whatever her name was. That's pretty cool. Michelle Pfeiffer...
They should just call it Trailer Con. Trailer Clip Con is what they should call it. Because that's all it seems to be nowadays. It's trailers and clips.
But I
mean, that's probably what the only bit we see of it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, there's Q&As and shit like that as well. So, I mean, I'm sure for people who go, it's a fantastic time. So, I mean, the trailers then. So, what do we have? Right. So, Justice League. I've watched this a couple times now. And literally, aside from the fact that they have to come together, as the music of the film kind of says, what's it actually about?
It's about making a movie version of Arkham Asylum, but the Justice League. Actually, on the game, by the way, but the Justice League, and a lot of people kind of swooping up in the air and landing. It would appear. I'm not on the bandwagon for either of these. I'm neither Marvel nor DC in that I have my thing is Batman. I love Batman, but it's not like I'm really pulling for this or against it at all. I've actually got on all right with most of the DCU stuff, in the same extent as I have with the Marvel stuff. But it looks bad. It looks messy as fuck. It looks like they've thrown a bunch of images together and gone, that's a trailer. And it's not really a trailer, is it? Let's be honest. It's just a bunch of images thrown together.
Yeah, I mean...
It's not a film. I don't think it's a film yet. And it's out in, a couple of months?
Yeah, November.
That's not a film.
So, I mean, the news... I suppose some news that came... Did you see this? Hollywood Reporter, I think it was, put out a story a couple of days back saying that they're having problems with the reshoots on Justice League. And the amazing thing that came out of it was that Henry Cavill is working on Mission Impossible 6 and he has a tash in that. He's trying to do reshoots for Justice League, but Paramount won't let Warner shave his tash. So he's having to do the reshoots mustached up, and then someone's going to have to digitally remove the mustache.
Or just leave it on.
Or just... Yeah.
Just leave it on. Just leave it on. And then have a bit where you go, what's that? Or have a bit that just has Clark Kent just with a tash in the background and he just goes, whoops, and at one point puts his hand over it. Or something like that. Because it can't get more ridiculous.
That is something else.
That is up there with that rumour that what was it? That Ashton Kutcher movie where they had to digitally edit out his Kabbalah bracelet that went out there, and it turned out that was complete bollocks.
That's
and
funny.
Somebody asked him about it, and he just went, "What? No." And apparently that was Bernie Mac that got the rumour started.
Oh, good old Bernie Mac. I miss that guy.
I miss that guy as well.
Fuck, man. No, I mean, so the thing is, I mean, obviously this has all been caused by the really sad stuff that happened with Zack Snyder, and family, and so, you know, these reshoots have probably had to be rescheduled all over the place. But it does. The thing is, it's so weird that Justice League at this point needs Wonder Woman more than Wonder Woman needs Justice League.
Yeah. It is weird. I mean, you had the whole thing
good
about...
for her. Good for Wonder Woman.
Yeah, absolutely. You had the whole thing of what seems to be happening with the Justice League is people looking at it going, is this the last time Ben Affleck's going to play Batman? I can't wait to see Wonder Woman again. What's the point in The Flash? And, God, isn't fucking Jason Momoa going to be amazing as Aquaman? But that seems to be it. Everybody's already talking about, are Jason Momoa and Gal Gadot a little bit wasted in this movie? And it's a bit like, wow. Either wait and see it, or yeah, probably.
Yeah,
it's totally all over the place.
It's all over the fucking...
You've got Ezra Miller cracking a joke at the end of the trailer, and you're like, okay, so you're going to be the witty young one, are you? Yeah, I'm not sure he can pull that off because he's a little bit of a dick. It would appear.
I kind of liked that bit at the end with.
Do you know what? I liked it, but I just thought, but is that? I don't get it. If that's the tone this film's going to have, it's totally incongruous to the tone of the other the DCU films.
But I mean, that's the thing. Like, they're supposed to be lightening things up. I mean, man, Joss Whedon. That's what he does.
That you go in. There's Joss Whedon. The thing is, I'm not somebody who thinks Joss Whedon is amazing. I get what other people do, and I'm fine with that. I do think he's very good. His style just isn't my bag. So I'm a little bit like, right, I've got a film coming out that is clearly Zack Snyder not quite all there, and very much handing the reins over to nobody. And then throwing into that, Joss Whedon coming in, kind of feeling like he's coming on to spite somebody else.
Yeah, yes, yeah.
And yeah, it is a little bit like that. It very much feels like that Warner have gone, this isn't going very well. This isn't going very well. We need somebody to come in and save it. Hang on a minute. Should we have a cheeky little bit at Joss Whedon? Because he seems pissed at Marvel. And they've gone, hey, Joss, let's do this. And he's gone, yeah. And they've gone, oh, fuck, he said, yeah. We were joking.
Okay, so compare and contrast Justice League for Ragnarok.
Right. I'm going to make no sense for a second on this.
Okay.
Right? It looks batshit. And I love the fact that it looks batshit. I love the fact that they've come out and said most of it's ad-libbed. I love that. The fact that there's that. It's all over the place with the colour and everything like that, but I get the look it's going for. I'm looking at it going, that looks ugly as fuck, but in a great way. And that's the bit I mean. It looks ugly as fuck. But I think it's supposed to, I think it's supposed to look garish and over the top and ridiculous and a little bit... The best way I can come up for is ugly and tacky. But it looks like it's gonna land. It's gonna be 114 minutes, and it's gonna be an absolute blast. The bit of Thor talking to Hulk.
About the flame or the fire.
Yeah. And the Hulk going, Hulk like fire. He's going, you'll like fire too. And Hulk's almost arguing with him, trying to get one up, going, no, Hulk really like fire. Do you know, I'd happily just have that for 2 hours.
I kind of think you're going to get that for a lot of it.
I'm fine with that.
I'm very, 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 very excited for Thor Ragnarok. It just looks mental.
And does anybody look like they're having more fun being a director of a big budget movie?
Oh, that tweet you put out the other day
with him in the shorts, the shirt,
Yeah,
saying, "Well, it's great to be me."
yeah.
And he means that. It is great to be him.
I was listening to the Empire podcast, so apologies if people listen to that as well. But Taika Waititi apparently plays in the film this CG rock man,
Yeah.
and in it, there was a scene shown at Comic-Con where he's in a prison with Thor, and Thor's like asking him like why he's in prison, and he's talking about how he was a revolutionary, and he would have been able to stage his revolution, but he didn't print enough pamphlets. And it's like, it just, yeah. You know what? Yeah.
Do you know what it feels like with that? It feels like they've gone, right, we're going to do this Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and we've got James Gunn on to direct it. We don't reckon much to it. We don't reckon it's gonna work. But either way, we're fine. If it works, brilliant. If it doesn't, we can say, right, we tried to do something a little bit different and do something as a side to the standard Marvel Universe stuff, and it didn't work. So that's why we're going to keep everything in this little bubble. And then it did loads better than expected, and they've gone, do you know what? Do you know what might be better for us to do? We tried with Thor 2, kind of having it, looking at it and micromanaging it, and it didn't work. Let's just give somebody 150 million and go for make something. You need to do this, this, and this, but just go off and just fucking do something. Do something, because the chances are now we're going to make our money back anyway. What's the worst that can happen? Fuck. Suicide Squad made shitloads and everyone hated it. And he's gone away and he's made something that looks mental. Like Forbidden Zone mental.
I continue, as I've said repeatedly.
You have been saying this for a long time. Years.
Marvel fucking... They let directors do their thing, and if a Marvel film is anonymous, it's because the director is.
Yeah.
For the Dark World.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake. Now, this is the thing, right? A couple years back, who would have thought that out of Spider-Man reboot, Guardians 2, and Thor Ragnarok, it would be Thor Ragnarok that you would be, like, most up for.
Yeah.
I mean, that is fucking... After For the Dark World, it was just like, right, he's pretty much done now, isn't he?
Yeah.
But
and the fact that he wasn't even in...
Civil War.
What's it? Civil War. Which essentially was the Avengers 2.5.
Yeah, quite. I mean, it just looks like a fucking blast. It just looks amazing.
Yeah.
Just all over it.
Yeah.
Anyway, fuck it. I'm so fucking up for that film. I'm gonna be a fucking coiled spring like the entire week before that film comes out. I swear to God. Okay, and I suppose the last big one from Comic-Con, unless I'm missing anything, would be Ready Player One from cinematic game changer Steven Spielberg.
Fucking hell. Fine, right? Fine.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, he has changed the game a couple of times. That's fine. Well, I saw one the other day that said from visionary director, and it was, I can't remember who it was.
DuVernay?
It was that, yeah. And I was a bit like, right. Oh, do you know what? Yeah, right. Okay, at least she's made films, right? Good films.
I'd say acclaimed is more appropriate than visionary, but
is she a visionary?
Yeah.
With Selma was very, very good. Let's not forget that. It's a very good film. It's not visionary. It's for a start off, it's based on a true story. It's a biopic. If anything, it's reverse visionary. So yeah, it's utter. It's madness now. These things.
The holy grail of pop culture. What? Wait, the what? The who? What?
Yeah.
Her?
Yeah.
Right. I know a lot of people like Ready Player One.
Yeah.
Who the fuck has ever said that is a holy grail of pop culture?
Nobody.
It's got a lot of pop culture references in it.
It's like they don't know what the Holy Grail is, but they've heard the saying.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like they mean the Rosetta Stone. No, not the Rosetta Stone, but no.
Rosetta Stone will make more sense than the Holy Grail.
Yeah, actually, yeah, because it's kind of like the thing that has it, like that it kind of bleeds out from or something, and it's so in a. Yeah, I don't know. Is it the Turin shroud of pop culture? Like,
Yeah, it all made more sense than that. It's right. Is and I'm hopefully going to end up eating my words on this. Is Steven Spielberg the right guy to be directing this?
It's a concern, isn't it?
That's nothing to Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg is a fantastic director. Personally, I'm hit on miss with his films. I've only loved a certain amount of them, but there's no denying he's one of the best directors of all time in terms of what he does. But he must be pushing 70 or in his 70s. So, and his recent slate has been perfectly fine in terms of how good they've been, but it's hard. It's been movies that you could see a man of that age making. It just seems like this Ready Player One might have been. There's a director who that story was ideal for. That you kind of go, why isn't Edgar Wright making that?
That's a good shout.
You know, why? And it just feels a little bit like with Spielberg. It's like, okay, yeah, he's gone to make that, and he's gone, I want to make that. And with Spielberg, you do look at things and you go, right, he must have a reason to want to do that because he doesn't need to. So fair enough. And he's accomplished enough and good enough. You know, he probably will make me eat my words on this, and I'll look fucking stupid because I'll go, yeah, he's brilliant. And it is a little bit, what is it? But it just does make me think, would I prefer to watch, right, a Ready Player One directed by Edgar Wright and a Steven Spielberg doing, I don't know, something else?
Yeah.
Probably.
No. It's just
seems a weird one for him.
I mean,
but then he's working out of a comfort zone. Maybe he wanted that.
And I mean, the thing is, I mean, like, if the people around him are younger, I know it sounds really horrible to say, but
No, you can say it.
If the production designer has a sense of that, then great. I mean, it depends what the virtual world looks like, because if it looks like 80s land, I think Spielberg could probably knock that shit out of the park.
Absolutely, he's perfect for that.
But it's like the kind of the synchronized getting in the cars and slamming the door kind of thing is like, what exactly is this? And then it's got like that really actually cool looking car like chase action sequence thing. We need to see more.
Yeah.
But the dystopian fucking world in which it's set looks very, very derivative. But
Alan Silvestri is doing the soundtrack.
Yeah, because Spielberg's got a film coming out, like an Oscar award season film, The Papers, which John Williams is scoring. But then he's got Ready Player One coming out a few months after that. He's doing that again. Because Spielberg's fucking mental. So,
is that the one with Hanks and Streep?
Yeah, that's it, yeah. So Williams is scoring that, and Silvestri's scoring this. And to be fair, if you were going to get someone to score a film about someone obsessed with the 80s, Silvestri's probably your man.
Yeah.
So, good on him. But yeah, Jury's out.
Mm.
Very much so, but we'll see. Right. One other one I saw this week, Jigsaw, which
I watched this, yeah.
fine. I don't know, like, great, Saw's back.
Yeah, it's like, did anyone actually want it back?
No. Yeah, I whatever.
Yeah, I'm not bothered.
Fuck, man, there was like 7 or 8 Saw films. Like, how,
And
how did that
I
happen?
saw them all.
So I think I saw them all as well.
Yeah.
Just,
I don't need to see another one.
how the fuck did that happen? So weird that James Wan did the first Saw film.
And it's a good film.
It's a good film.
It's a
It is a
cracking
good
film.
film. That's so fucking weird.
It's a film that kind of made him.
Yeah. I still remember the Guardian's 5-star review of Saw back in the day saying, if you like 7, this is 8.
Oh,
like-
God, yeah.
Like, that's some fucking gold, that is. That was...
Yeah.
I imagine that writer just wrote that and then took the rest of the day off. Like,
Yeah.
that's super duper.
He closed his laptop and went, not better than this today.
Yeah.
Skipped home. And went,
Fuck, man.
honey, we're going out for dinner.
Fuck's sake, that's funny. But yeah, so there you go. Anything else?
The trailer for Bright.
Indeed.
David Ayer. Well, the David Ayer fantasy crime thriller.
Is this out on
Yeah.
Netflix December 23rd?
22nd.
Is it 22nd? Fuck, man. If that's a bloody Friday and that basically... Oh, fuck, I'm
Christmas
going to
Friday.
get drunk and watch that. I am going to
think
get
it's
drunk
Christmas
as
Friday.
Mate, I am going to get drunk as shit and watch that at home. Just...
Christmas Friday.
Oh, fuck. Bloody hell. And it's the 25th on the Monday, so literally that'll be last day of work. Oh, that is glorious.
Did you watch the trailer?
Yeah. No, I'm all over
It looks brilliant.
Yeah.
Will Smith beating a fairy up with using a broom.
Oh, fuck. That's going to be good.
Yeah.
That Friday night is going to be the best Friday night. Oh, my days.
Rebel in the Rye. Sorry if JD Salinger looks like I might watch it at some point. Is of course I'll get to it.
Paul Dano's directorial debut.
I think it is. No, I don't think that's that one. Rebel in the. I don't think.
Somebody's directing this. Like, someone known.
Let's have a look. I'm gonna double check. Danny Strong.
That's him, the fucking one who wrote like Recount, and like he's a bit of hot shit, and he was some guy in Buffy back in the day as well.
He was indeed, yes.
What the fuck's Paul Dano doing? Paul Dano's doing something.
Paul Dano is doing something, isn't he? Yeah. Shit, what did I watch Paul Dano in the other day? I can't remember. Oakja, that was it. Yeah, Rebel the Rye is Nicholas Hoult playing JD Salinger with Kevin Spacey in it as well.
Danny Strong has maybe one of the greatest credits of all time in Popstar Never Stop Never Stopping.
What's the credit as?
Perspective Manipulator.
Oh, I remember that actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the last one is I'm trying to look. Paul Dano is directing a film called Wildlife, starring Jake Gyllenhaal and Kerry Mulligan.
Yeah, that's the one. All right then.
And also there was a trailer for the new Pacific Rim game.
Are you being sarcastic?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I couldn't tell then.
Apparently, it's going to be available on Xbox in 2018, and I think they're going to fucking show it. You're going to be able to play it in a cinema, it would seem.
Oh, really?
Which is just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, is it a trailer, though?
it's a teaser, but it's still it didn't tease me. It bored me. It made me look at it and go, oh, oh. There's a straight to DVD version of Pacific Rim coming out. Oh, and it's starring that guy from from what is it? From Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna watch it.
I'll watch it. It just that teaser looks like an Xbox game.
It does. Yeah, it does. It does. It does.
It's a teaser, mate, so we can. I'll wait until the first trailer comes out because from anything you see, John Boyega, you kind of I'm rooting for him, but he ain't making it fucking easy.
No. Well, he's got
Detroit looks good, and I'm hoping that makes me go, oh, thank God, he does have something.
Yeah. Don't carry him out yet. But no, I see what you mean. But I don't know. He's a more interesting lead than Charlie Hunnam probably was in Pacific Rim, maybe.
I like Pacific Rim.
I like Pacific Rim. Come on now. I'm not saying that. It's just Hunnam did his job, and he was fine. Boyega might have a bit more going on there. That's all I'm saying.
We'll see. Based on Boyega in what's it?
In the circle.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Oh, no one came out of the circle smelling of fucking roses.
No, nobody did they?
Fuck it. The fucking circle. Jesus Christ. God.
That's it, I'm done for trailers.
Yep, so am I. Man, what the fuck was James Ponsoldt doing? At least it was a Netflix fucking film over here anyway. Right, okay, so we're like 50 minutes in. Or something like that. Probably not, actually, because we did a bit of chat before recording. So, Dunkirk is directed by Christopher Nolan. Stars Fionn Whitehead. It stars Harry Styles. It stars Mark Rylance, Kenneth Branagh, Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy, and others. Dunkirk. It's the story of Dunkirk. It's not going to dress it up. Not very nice things happen in it. You know, people are fucked. People get fucked through the film. And then a lot of guys make it out alive. And Hans Zimmer seems to think he's scoring the new Blade Runner film at times. Dunkirk. It's an interesting one, is Dunkirk, because it doesn't really feel like a summer blockbuster, and yet it's out in, like, the height of summer blockbuster season, and is directed by a summer blockbuster man, and yet feels almost art house. It's an interesting beast, and I am rather fucking primed and pumped to hear what Mark thought about it.
Yeah, well, I went to see it on 35mm, which I think is. I'm mentioning that not to show off and get people to go, I saw it on 35mm, would you like to touch me? It is more because I have a feeling that visually there's a difference, because it wasn't projected on new film stock, it's on old film stock. So I did mention this to Ian. I said that the strange thing is it did take me a couple of minutes to kind of go, oh, I forgot what watching film on film looks like. Wow, okay, this is strange. Okay, yes, I'm liking this, and it felt right for this movie. I am interested. I might go and see it again in digital to see the difference, because I have a feeling it looks crisp as fuck on digital. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's very interesting what you said there about the fact that it's for all intents and purposes, it's a summer blockbuster that's not actually a summer blockbuster, because for a start off, it only cost 100 million, which sounds insane, but that is literally half or even 150% cheaper than some of the summer blockbuster movies we're going to get that we've had and we get and how much they cost now. 100 million isn't actually, that's low end blockbuster money. You know, so that's interesting. You can see why it only costs that. You've not got a lot of big stars to pay in it. You've not got a huge amount of special effects in there in comparison to the majority of other what would be considered blockbusters. But yeah, Nolan he has so much critical and financial cachet as a director now that he can go in and sit down and go, right, I would like to make a war film, and I need this much money to do it. And they go, all right, cool, yeah, like a war film, like Saving Private Ryan kind of war film. No. What's it about? It's about Dunkirk, the evacuation. Oh, so it's going to be all about how it's going to be like this. Oh, that sounds really bleak. And he's gone, it's not exactly a happy thing, Dunkirk. And they've gone, do you know what? Okay, do it. Do it. Because they know that it's probably going to make its money back. It's probably not going to make 500 million, but they're not trying to make 500 million. But they've gone, but critically, we're going to come out of it looking fantastic. We've let this guy make what seems like quite a personal movie to him. For him, and that's what Nolan seems to do. He does these personal movies now. He's done the franchise thing. It made a lot of money. It was critically well received. Now he essentially has got every few years. He's got the pick of what he wants to do. It's seeming like he might want to do Bond. Maybe not the next Bond, but the one after is what I could see him doing. I could see him going, I don't want to touch the last Daniel Craig Bond, but I will spearhead the Tom Hardy Bonds. And that kind of seems like what they're looking at now. Whether or not they'll look at it and go, do you know what? Do you know what, Daniel? If you don't want to do it, don't do it, because we've now got Nolan and he's going to bring along Tom Hardy. How we're going to put Bond in a mask for the majority of the film, we don't know, but we'll work it out. Yeah, Dunkirk is bleak as fuck. And Nolan is doing some really fucking interesting things in terms of story narrative, in the fact that, remember, we are all spoilers all the time, guys, in the fact that you've got 3 separate stories being shown interspersed with each other, and some are happening before others and some are happening after others, but some timelines are moving quicker than other timelines and some timelines are moving slower than other timelines. So, as the story is, it's kind of almost twisting itself out of... It's like it's been screwed up and it's twisting itself out so it will then become back in shape. And that's where you're going from that. And obviously, it's not the first time that Nolan has fucked around with storytelling and linear storytelling, the way things work. He enjoys that kind of aesthetic, and it works very well here. It also, you can see why he's not brought in established stars apart from in the more authoritarian roles. It's no coincidence that you've got Branagh is he's essentially there as the guy who is controlling all of this. Therefore, you can have Kenneth Branagh there. You can have this recognisable face and this, this theatre actor. You can have Hardy as like the dashing kind of hero of the skies, and you can have Mark Rylance as the caring kind of father figure who's just doing his duty because he can no longer fight to do his duty. He maybe he's trying to pay penance for something in the First World War or something like that. There's something going on there. But interspersed with that, you've got all of these young men who you don't really recognise. Yes, you've got Harry Styles there, and that's a thing. But it works so well and it's handled so well. And the fact that there's virtually, no dialogue is incredible. It gets you sat on the edge of your seat going, right, how's this all work?
Yeah. It's a fucking stunning achievement, I think. really, really, really want to try and go see it again, but there's an awful lot of stuff out at the moment and coming out in the next couple of weeks that I want to catch.
Yeah.
So we'll see there, but it's the thing is, I mean, it's a war film, but if you were going to categorize it after war, like I think you would probably say a horror film. It's certainly to an extent.
I think you could absolutely argue that. Yeah.
It is fucking terrifying in moments, and a lot of that is due to the sound. Now, I saw it in digital, but I saw it in Dolby Atmos, and that was
intense. I'm guessing.
Like the gunshots in this film are the loudest fucking sustained thing I think I've ever heard in a cinema, and I've heard other reports of that.
Yeah.
That it is fucking terrifying, and the sound design is insane. Like, I've been listening to the Hans Zimmer score at work over the last a day or two, and the fact that so much of that could be thought of as just like sound effects, but is actually work that Zimmer is doing. And while it's almost a silent film in terms of no dialogue, there's always something there, and it's this fucking atmosphere of foreboding, which barely lets up until all spoilers all the time. When like all the ships come in, and then it kind of raises a bit, and then it gets tense again. And then it raises again when, like, Hardy comes in and shoots. I mean, fuck, I thought it was going to cut to black on the shot of Kenneth Branagh, like, looking up and that sound. I thought it was just going to cut there.
Yeah.
And, like, which would have been fucking insane. But they don't do that. And I'm assuming it is Nolan's vision to have that kind of, like, kernel of, like, hope in it at the end. And I suppose after the experience that this film is for the preceding like hour 35 or so, maybe audiences just need that.
Yeah, I think that was absolutely intentional. I think it was the moments of levity start to happen when you've got the three kind of stories ending, and it kind of, you've got two of them ending very kind of, one of them ending quite in a weird positive, with Branagh's character staying, and then you've got the strangeness of the sea version of it ending as well, with that almost, there's a weird kind of melancholy to it, and then you've got what happens to Hardy. It's shaking you. I think the entire film is kind of shaking you, and then occasionally it stops shaking you, and you go, oh, and then it'll just give you a little nudge.
Yeah, I mean, I almost wanted it to end on the Branagh thing, just to be right, Dunkirk was not a victory. Yeah. And it doesn't paint it as a victory in the end, and I think that it's an honest and heartfelt tribute to the just sheer survival that all these people went through.
It is. I think it's one thing I would say, it isn't a criticism of it, but the one thing I would say is on a historical level, I'm not sure it quite gets over the scale of achievement that fucking thing was.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, the film. It's not trying to top
it's not trying
grandstand.
Yeah, so, it's not trying to do that. So it's not a criticism I think you can label at the film, because I don't think it's ever trying to do that. I don't think its intentions were ever to do that.
And I mean, the fact that you've got Harry Styles there at the end as well, and his character did some pretty fucking rough shit in that film. just to check, he is the one who was basically like, yeah, fucking kill the
French kid.
killed. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, you've got him there as well, almost as like a reminder that, you know, there was some pretty fucking gnarly shit that happened here. Even though, to be fair, if you were in his position, like we all say what we would do, and we would all like to have the bravery of the guy who is like, look, don't kill him, like, you know, but human nature is such that if you were ever tested in that situation, it would take very character. I'm not entirely sure I have, if I'm absolutely honest. Like, if it came down to that, if I looked at myself, would I be the person who stands up for that guy? And I can sit here with my view of history and how it all went down and say, oh, of course I'd stand up for him, of course I would. But I can't honestly 100% say in that situation I would do that. So the fact that Harry Styles, and I don't think anyone could, you know. And
I completely agree on that.
If you've not actually had that situation and your adrenaline's not running, who's to say what you would do? That's all I'm saying. I'd like to think I would, but it's just like, if I'm honest with myself, I couldn't guarantee that. I'd like to think I would. But the fact that Harry Styles is there seems to be an indication there that, you know, for all the, like, jam and toast and giving these guys beer, there are people coming back who made decisions to save their own skins, which many people in the audience would have as well. Yeah. And I think that's an interesting, very quiet, ballsy move by Nolan there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And it. So that's the thing. I mean, there's the thing that genuinely wows me about this film is the fact that it's got this grand sweep to it and thousands of extras and real planes crashing in the sea and all that stuff. But I don't know, it's not an action film. It's a fucking survival kind of horror film. And I was saying last year about sorry, go on.
If misery was a genre, this would be a misery film.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, man. It's the experience of it. Because I mean, Christ, I went to see it 10 o'clock on Friday night, so I was a little bit tired, but I wanted to see Dunkirk, and I was a bit. I could have seen it the next day, but I was just like, I want to go see it, and I was a little bit worn out even when it started. And by the end of it, I just kind of felt like I'd been through the ringer. And
which is what the film's trying to do, I think. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and I felt dazed. And it's the technical proficiency of the film, but also the fucking, like, the visual storytelling going on. And, I mean, like, Tom Hardy, everything's in his eyes. Rylance, everything is in what he's not fucking saying. It's in his face.
Mm.
And you know, I mean, Cillian Murphy, who's apparently credited as Shivering Soldier, which is stunning, but appropriate. You know, like him. It's again. I don't think it's in his dialogue. It's how he's reacting to things, and that is such a depiction of shell shock. I mean, it's genuinely troubling. I think is Cillian Murphy's performance in this film.
It's a very good performance. It's a performance that you expect from somebody as kind of understatedly good as Cillian Murphy is.
Yeah, no, yeah, quite, and it's not in the slightest showboaty. And
no, I don't think it's ever in Cillian Murphy's nature to be showboaty unless the character calls for it. He very much. He's one of those where you look back at it and go, I'm sure he's made a bad film. Has he ever been bad in anything?
It's a question.
I don't think he has.
But, I mean, it's a film where I think I wonder if this has ever happened as well, where it gets nominated for Best Picture and Best Director, doesn't get nominated in any categories or screenplay, but gets nominated Best Picture, Best Director, and a bunch of technicals.
Yeah. Fuck it. You could see them throwing it just to be dicks, best screenplay. And everyone going, what?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know how, but it's one of those ones where literally if an Oscar vote is just going Dunkirk, 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 then maybe. But fuck, man, I genuinely don't know how Nolan makes a better film than this. I'd
give Hardy a best supporting actor just for his shitty grin at the end when he's getting captured.
Yeah.
Just
that. Oh,
yeah, you got me. Fuck you.
Fucking shot of the plane going down and the propeller not fucking spinning, and just the tracking shot of it. Oh my god! And then just like the shots of all the crowds like waving, and it's just it's all extras.
Yeah.
There's no CG there. That's all people.
Yeah.
And fuck, man, I don't know how he makes a more complete film than this.
It's so accomplished. It is a director who is so very aware of how good he is at directing films. It is that. And it may sound obvious as a thing to say, but he's got, in a similar way to the way Tarantino has a box of tricks. Tarantino has a box of tricks, and every time he does one, he shows you how he's done it, and he will tell you how he's done it, and he'll explain the trick, and that's what's brilliant about Tarantino. It is, and that's not a criticism at all. But Nolan has got a box of tricks, but if you asked him how do you do that, he'd go, well, yeah. He's like, oh, fuck you. No, how did you do that? Well, this is how Michael Mann have done it. Yeah, I don't know how you did it.
Yeah.
And it's like that. And he's not, it's that. He's churning out these movies where every time you're thinking, is this the one? Is this the one that doesn't fucking land? Dunkirk, you're going, so it's a war film that has virtually no action, virtually no speaking, has Harry Styles in it, but Christopher Nolan doesn't really know who Harry Styles is, it would appear, and has no major stars. When you look at
Sorry, Mark, I do apologise, mate. 2 seconds. Sorry.
Do you have rice with the chicken?
I'll have pasta if that's all right. I'm going to do the honey and mustard.
Right, pasta. I've got pasta on. I haven't put rice on, don't worry.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, thanks, son. Sorry. Sorry, dude. Thank you. Sorry, say again?
Yeah, so saying, I know, whereas, for instance, Inception had Leonardo DiCaprio, biggest star in the world at the time, still is one of the biggest actors, biggest draws in the world. And then, Interstellar had McConaughey in there. This doesn't. It has very much character actors. And that Hardy, yes, he's going to turn up and look dashing and, on the red carpet. And people know Cillian Murphy is and Mark Rylance is weirdly a guy in his 60s, but his star is on the rise. There's these things. But the poster isn't a picture of Hardy. It's a picture of a guy that no one knows.
Yeah, that's lovely.
It's the film. Nolan's almost selling the film not on his name. He's going, this is the story of Dunkirk. Oh, why should I go and watch it? Just fucking Google Dunkirk. That's why you should go watch it. And that's it. And it's fascinating to see what he's going to do next.
I mean, oh God, does he do Bond? It's just the fact that they've announced the release date, they haven't announced the director, and they haven't said if Craig's back.
And very recently, I think actually just after the premiere of Dunkirk, somebody asked Nolan, and he'd said that that Bond isn't something he'd necessarily say no to, and then later on in the day said, I think Tom Hardy would make a spectacular Bond.
Fuck, man. I mean, like, Christ. I just want him to do one Bond film. One.
Yeah.
3 years of Nolan's life, get a Bond film done, or 2 years, and then move on to something else. I just wanted to see him do one.
Yeah. And the thing is, you could see Hardy going, yeah, I'll sign on for 3. And then turn around to Nolan in the same room and going, I'm only going to do 1. And I'm going, we saw you do that, Tom. And him go, no, I'll do 3. I'm not going to do 3.
Fuck, man, nah, man, like, get him to do one, get Thomas Alfredson to do one, and someone else, you know what I mean?
You could see them, if they want to go for, if they want to go for something like Hardy, they could see him saying to Hardy, right, we want you to be Bond, and going, all right, I want to pick the directors, I want Nolan to do the first one, and then I want to pick the next 2. And then the third one going, is everyone ready for a, what's it?
Winding Refn.
Well, Winding Refn, fucking hell. Or a Mad Max, shit, why is his name? George Miller, Bond.
Oh, Christ. I mean, it's, fuck, man, like, that would be too much. That would be fucking hell. But, yeah, Dunkirk.
Definitely not shit.
It is something else, that film.
It's incredible, and we don't usually do this, but I think we'll both agree on this. If you have the time and you can get out to see it in a cinema, it is an experience seeing it in a cinema.
Yeah, I mean, like, I am very much looking forward to the 4K, because if it's anything like Nolan's past IMAX stuff, the Blu-ray and the 4K will have the expanded frame for that stuff, and Interstellar, I rewatched Interstellar last week on Blu-ray with 4K stuff, and bloody hell, not 4K, the IMAX stuff, and just the clarity of that image is something else. But yeah, if it was financially feasible and like kind of logistically feasible for me to see it in IMAX 70, I would see it in IMAX 70.
Yeah, I would. I was still contemplating. I can't. I was contemplating going on Friday, but I can't work out times and things like that.
I mean, like,
so I'm a little bit gutted.
Stories of like the Science Museum in London played it in IMAX 70, and they had technical problems on Friday. It's like if I literally go there for one show and then the projector fucks up. It just like I don't know, I'd lose it. So
I worked out and went counting how much I paid to go and see it the other night, and then going and doing all that. It's £100 a little bit excessive.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Yeah. I do kind of feel bad that I did it for the Hateful Eight, and I'm not doing it for Dunkirk, because it's great as the Hateful Eight looked. That film is largely set in one location.
Yeah, but I think that was like a road show. It was more like the experience of that was different. It was a different thing. This is just a film that is being projected in that.
That's true. I mean, like we got the interlude, and we got that road show like book and shit like that as well. So
where the only people who went to see that roadshow of it saw that version of the film.
Yeah. I haven't watched the Hateful Eight since. Actually, I'm kind of intrigued to see how they like do that shit, or if they just don't do the like recapping what had happened before.
It still recaps.
Sorry?
Still recaps.
So what do we miss then? Just like the intermission bit?
Yeah. Brief intermission, literally a few seconds, about 15 seconds, and then it comes back in.
Oh, is that what it is? Right, okay, so, right, fair enough. Okay, but you don't get, like, because there's, like, a score over the intermission and whatnot, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a great film. It holds up really well, second watch.
Yeah, I need to get the blue of that at some point. There's some extra... Isn't the 70mm version the Roto version a bit longer than the standard cut?
It's about 6 minutes longer, I think.
Yeah, so what the fuck is in that then? Okay, interesting.
Yeah, it was a bit longer.
Fuck, man. Yeah, I need to rewatch Hateful Eight. Definitely not shit. We'll be talking about it again come year end, I reckon. So,
Paul, the poll came out, definitely not shit, 85%. touching cloth 5%, and then shit 10%.
Dan, fuck off.
Fucking damn.
So, right, I don't know how long we're going to take on Peaks, to be honest.
I have very little to chat about in what I'm watching, so that'll maybe take me 5 minutes.
Okay. Twin Peaks episodes 9, 10, and 11.
Yep.
So, much more narratively straightforward than episode 8.
Yep.
Interesting shit. What's going on with that girl's scratchy arm?
Yeah.
That was in episode 9, I think, and
It was end of episode 9.
and it's not been raised again.
Yep.
What's going on with Diane?
Jerry Horn talking to his foot.
Oh, mate, I am not your foot, and
I'm not your foot, and then he try to lift it up.
like seriously, I
hope that the Jerry Horn thing has nothing to do with anything. That literally the whole thing is just he's got baked and lost, and then the last episode he just arrives back at the Great Northern, and they go. And Ben just turns around, looks at him and goes, "What? Where have you been?" And he goes, "Don't ask."
Yep, I think you're right. I mean, Dr. Jacoby, it kind of feels like we're just going to get random monologues by him every now and then.
Yeah. They're going to have nothing to do with anything.
Which is fine. So, I mean, I suppose the stuff that is actually more kind of, is more plotty. I mean, this last one had more from Amanda Seyfried.
Yep.
I was very, very, very annoyed on Twitter on Monday morning that I read that James and Shelley had gotten together. Which I suppose, looking back on Shelley saying James was always cool.
Yeah.
Is not much of a surprise, but I was surprised when I read it.
Yeah.
But Bobby is doing. I mean, fucking Dana Ashbrook. He's doing the best sad. Like, I fucked up the relationships in my life acting.
Yeah. He's so much better this time around than he was the first time around, and he was he was good at what he was doing last time.
The evolution of Bobby Briggs is a hell of a thing, man.
Yeah.
And it just the way that with Amanda Seyfried and Caleb Landry Jones, it's almost like history is repeating, except Caleb Landry Jones. I mean, Bobby killed a guy, but Caleb Landry Jones is worse.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't always do this, Caleb Landry Jones, but if you were to, pick a guy who fits the word scuzzy,
yes,
it would be him in this.
Yeah, he is. He's a straight. I think Caleb Jones is a brilliant character actor. I think he's. But you get the feeling that if he wanted to, he could look as scuzzy as he can make himself look, and as weird as he can make himself look. You imagine that he could also make himself look really fucking shit. He looks like hot shit and dashing and handsome and everything. I think he's got that kind of vibe that he could do both if he wants to. He's just more interested in playing these broken characters.
It's the Dane DeHaan model of you could look weird and the loner and geeky and threatening, but you can also look a little bit James Deany.
Yes.
You know, that yeah. But no, I mean, he's doing some good stuff in this. It feels like mid-season stuff.
It feels like it's kind of going, right, we're going to grab these bits. Right, this is where we're starting to pull the strings a little bit tighter and everything's starting to make sense.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, I'm a little bit confused as to what's happening with Diane.
Yeah, the kind of almost double agentiness of her.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like, it, I don't know. It kind of feels like is Golden Cole like testing her now, um, like
Yeah,
with kind of revealing certain things and maybe seeing if it gets back to bad Coop or something like that. Maybe it's very unsettling that because when Diane first came into it, it was totally just you felt like some bad shit had gone down between her and Bad Coop.
yeah, and you kind of got the feeling that she'd be in it, but not as much as she has, maybe.
There's totally
I'm also
that.
quite surprised how much Albert's in it for a couple of reasons. One, because he's grown as a character, and two, because Miguel Ferrer's no longer with us.
Well, that and I mean, how much Lynch is in it?
Yeah,
Like,
and
I mean,
how bigger? What is it? I mean, the scene the most in part 12 of part 11, where you've got him at the that derelict house, almost getting pulled into stuff, and then you've got the homeless man kind of appearing and disappearing, and you can see what's happening there, and Diane's kind of watching it happen, but not saying anything. It's still that was creepy as fuck.
no, speaking of that, I'm sad that that's probably it for Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, that's some fucking gnarly makeup effects there, but his scene, like interrogation scene that he does with Tammy,
Yeah,
like was incredible.
it was because he's. I think it works so well when you understand the Twin Peaks world. That performance, outside the world, it could look a little bit OTT, but it's just he's basically going. I've seen shit, and I don't, and I wanted to see shit, but I didn't want to see that shit, and it's completely fucking broken him. It was fantastic.
Yeah. No, it's that. Yeah, I don't know. It kind of maybe his character didn't have much more to go. Like,
There was a really a good scene that I enjoyed. I think it was in part 9, or it might have been part 10, where Dan goes out for a cigarette, and Tammy and Gordon Cole go out as well. And for some reason, Christabel is just kind of standing, looking at Diane, but just keeps on moving a position around, and just keeps reshuffling her way. And you kind of look at it going, right, that is absolutely Lynch has told her to do that. That's not how a normal person stands. And she's got all of these weird quirks as a character that you can tell the actress is bringing to it, but because Lynch has gone, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Can you be doing this?
yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I remember the exact scene. It's almost weirdly like she's posing or something.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Over and over. And Diane's kind of looking at her as if in a normal thing she'd go, what the fuck are you doing? But in this world, it's almost normal.
Yeah. No, exactly. That's exactly it.
Some of my favourite stuff in the whole thing is when they go so far was the scene of them going to Bobby's mother's house.
Oh yeah, that was great.
And her going, you're a little bit late, but he said that this had happened. And Bobby's kind of face is going, he's done it again. He's done it again. He keeps doing this. And then I know how to open it.
Oh, and he's just slamming it on the floor. Yeah.
And they're going, what? And he's going, I know how to open it. It's come outside. And you're thinking it's going to be some kind of puzzle, and it's not. It's just, you throw it, and then once the ringing stops, you throw it again. And you're thinking, at first you think when he throws it, he's just, he's going, there's no trick to it. You've just got to smash it. And he lifts it up and holds it and goes, listen to it. And it's like, there's some shit. He's Bobby Brick's character is almost like he's having some cathartic shit happening in this.
Mm-hmm.
There's some I never knew my dad stuff here.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I hope he's in it more.
Yeah, so far I think of the original cast, so far he's got the most interesting shit going on, I think.
Well, yeah, because I mean, to be fair, out of the original cast, I mean, like Peggy Lipton is basically just kind of like staring and watching other people.
Yeah.
You know,
We've got Big Ed's gas farm got mentioned.
Fuck it, isn't Big Ed supposed to be in this series?
Yeah. At some point he is.
I mean, fuck, man, is he still with Nadine? Like because she's
Because she was the drip star.
Yeah, and she's just like fucking watching Dr. Jacoby's broadcasts. I don't know. That's interesting, but yeah, no. I mean, Dana Ashbrook is definitely him, and I've been impressed with how much Hawk has had to do as well.
Yeah.
That's been fun. I mean, shit. The stuff with Andy and Lucy about the color of the furniture as well. Such a weird Lynch detour.
Yeah, they've basically gone, right, these guys were weird 20 years ago. Imagine how much fucking weirder they've got. It's just dialed up.
I also like the fact that it kind of seems like Michael Cera is probably a one scene and done. Which, I don't know, it's just amazing.
I'm sure somebody... it's Robert Nepper and Belushi.
Oh, God, they were good. Yeah.
When they're going on about Ike the Spike being gone, and they're going about needing somebody else, they say the Brando guy.
Shit, did they really?
They say the Brando guy.
Oh, fuck, that's good.
It might be nothing, but it might just be a reference and he might not come back, but they say to each other, we could get the Brando guy.
I kind of hope that's just an Easter egg that's not referenced again.
I kind of hope it is as well. But yeah, the scene of her trying to get that fly.
Yeah.
In the face, and then later on she's just crying, and then later on she's just not listening to anybody. It's so... There's so much fucking happening.
God, she fucking slams him with that phone. Is it a phone?
It's a phone.
Yeah, that's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
It's the whole stuff with the Belushi and Robert Nepper is just that.
I really want to fucking kill him. Can you wait 3 hours?
I fucking hate him so much. It's great.
As we're eating cereal at breakfast, and it's like 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. I just fucking hate him so much. But the conclusion of that stuff as well with the cherry pie, I mean, just the best. I mean, I've got no idea what Lynch is throwing out with this Dougie Jones stuff, but I'm fucking catching it. I'm into. I really, really, really want to see Good Coop. But I've grown fond of Dougie Jones.
I'm getting worried that we've only got 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We've only got 8 episodes left, and we've spent no time with Agent Dale Cooper.
Yeah.
That's worrying me. If it gets to it and we have 1 episode with Agent Dale Cooper, it's going to have to be fucking magnificent for me not to feel a little bit cheated.
I'm kind of wondering if it's getting to the point where it might be he's got to choose between who does he want to be. Does he want to be Dougie Jones or does he want to be Dale Cooper or something like that? Like, because
he needs to be Dale Cooper.
Yeah, no, absolutely, I agree with that. But it's like they're setting it up like everything is going his way. Like everybody seems to love him. Like everybody loved Dale Cooper. But oh god! And by the way, the sex scene, where it's almost like Naomi Watts is just inflating a Kyle MacLachlan airbed or some. It just like the way his arms are just like up down up down up down. He's just got that smirk on his face.
Yeah.
That's incredible. But yeah, I agree. It would be so fucking weird if there was. I could see Lynch doing it, but it would almost be like he'd be trolling people, and that feels like
anti-what Lynch does.
Anti-what Lynch? Yes, exactly. It's such a dichotomy, that is. But we need Agent Dale Cooper.
Mm.
But I do like Dougie Jones.
I'm fine with him, but if all we get is Dougie Jones, I will be a little bit like, do you know what? Fuck you, Dougie Jones.
Sure.
I'd be a little bit like that. I'm getting a little bit. I'm fine with Dougie Jones, but if somebody said to me, right, you can have Dougie Jones, and then in episode 13, you're not going to anymore, I'd be like, I'm fine. I can enjoy him. But I'm so far looking at him going, yeah, that's fine. You're not fucking Dale Cooper though.
Yeah, which is an absolute fair comment. Is that it?
I think that's it. Yeah, it's fantastic. It really is brilliant, and it is enthralling, and it is incredible that this is what we've got. I think it really is something special.
It's such a treat every Monday to be able to watch this. It's such a treat, and I'm going to be so sad when it's over.
I am, but also as well, I like the fact that we know that this is it.
Yeah, no, I mean...
I feel weird going, right, holy shit, is there going to be... If there's a season 2, what if the same thing happens as the last one? Or what if David Lynch doesn't make it to making season 2?
It is done, though, isn't it? Like, he's not doing any more. Like,
I think that's it. This is it. There won't be more.
Okay, all right.
But then again, Lynch could come out and go, I have an idea there.
I'd be up for a Nepa Belushi spin-off.
I'd be up for that, yeah.
Like, fuck, man, just the Golden Nugget or whatever the fuck it's called. Like, I'd be all over that. Yeah, so 7 weeks left because the last one's a two-parter. So, 7 weeks. So that still takes us like well into September.
10th of September. 3rd of September is the last one.
The 3rd of September?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Double episode.
Okay. All right. Well, we've still got the whole of August at least. Okay, so let's do some what we've been watching then. I know you said you've only got a few, Mark, but do you want to take it away?
I can do, yeah. So I watched Mike and Dave Need Wedding Dates. You watched this and said that it was a piece of shit, didn't you, basically?
Well, no, I think... Hang on, I'm going to have to look it up. I think I remember aggressively not liking the first half hour or so, and then I settled into it.
Yeah. It is shit.
I was 2.5 out of 5, apparently.
Yeah, I would say that's probably about right. Probably about right. It's just not very good. Yeah, it's not. People are trying. Nothing's working. Adam Devine is nowhere near as funny as the film thinks he is. Zephron's exactly as charming as the film thinks he is, but he doesn't get anywhere near enough time to be charming. And all of the people that it's going, look, this is the funny one, laugh at them. You kind of go, Anna Kendrick feels completely wrong for this role, and Aubrey Plaza's doing too much Aubrey Plaza.
Yeah, Anna Kendrick was kind of miscast something fierce in that role, I think.
Yeah, completely. It's just not very good. It's a film no one's going to remember and nobody cares about, and everyone's forgotten about already, so there we go. Yep. Another film that everyone's forgotten about already that I watched for some reason, I don't know why I watched this, but I did. I was scrolling through, what is it? I can't remember, it was Netflix or Amazon Prime, I can't remember, I think it's Prime. And I was looking for like a comedy to watch because I was at work ridiculously early, and I thought, I'm not actually supposed to start until 11 o'clock, but it's like 7:45, and my store doesn't even open until 10, and I had nobody else in until 10. So I did all my bits that I needed to actually open, then was sat there going, I've got 2 hours. I've got coffee and an iPad. So I watched Bride Wars.
Okay.
Bride Wars is a terrible movie.
I'm gonna take a punt at the running time here of Bride Wars. 78 minutes.
No, it's 89 minutes.
Fuck. Why did I really, really had Bride Wars as 78 because like it was. I remember the print being really small.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not very good. There's nothing to say other than it's not very good, and it's a really weird film for Anne Hathaway to make at that time. It really is. She's got a hum of "I'm better than this" all the way through it, which kind of smacks in the face of Kate Hudson, who has a hum of "This is my zone. This is where I excel," and Anne Hathaway is going, "I'm doing this for the money." And it's also got Chris Pratt in it.
Okay. Which one is he the love interest of?
Anne Hathaway.
Okay.
You don't get that much Chris Prattiness of him, but yeah, it's not very good. I also watched The Lost City of Zed.
Oh shit! How? Okay, right. I know we skipped this because I was not feeling it at the time, but I really want to know what you think of this.
It's really fucking good.
Fuck yeah! I'm gonna have to watch that this weekend.
It's 2.5 hours long. And it kind of feels like it's 2.5 hours long, but also it kind of feels like this movie should be 2.5 hours long. James Gray is basically going, I can't believe somebody's giving me the money to make this. Right, okay, this might never happen again, because it's all like in his brain he's gone, there's no way this fucking film's making money. It's about a British explorer that virtually nobody fucking knows about. It's starring not a huge star, global star in Charlie Hunnam. Robert Pattinson, you wouldn't recognise Robert Pattinson in it at all. And it's a tough ass to watch. You know, it's about Percy Fawcett, who was a major in the army, his family has a checkered past, and he gets basically instilled to go and draw up the map dividing line between Bolivia and Brazil, and stumbles upon what he thinks is a lost civilization that would disprove the idea that the indigenous people are just savages, that they actually had the ability to form a society, which was kind of scoffed by the British society of the time, and he keeps on going back a few times with Robert Pattinson, who plays Costin. He's kind of his aide on these journeys. Robert Pattinson is fantastic in this.
Nice.
He's genuinely fantastic in this. Hunnam is Charlie Hunnam. He's very good in it, but as always, a little bit similar to Keanu Reeves. When Keanu Reeves is in anything, with Charlie Hunnam, you've got to get used to the fact that his voice, he's got a weird voice.
Yeah.
And the thing is, from watching him in Sons of Anarchy over seasons, you've got used to him having that voice, and now for me, that is his voice.
He straight up has a fucking weird voice, though, doesn't he?
Yeah, but even when you just listen to him talk, he's got such a hodgepodge of accents that when you hear him do an accent, it's kind of weird. It's almost like every accent he does, he absorbs and becomes part of his actual voice.
It's like the thing of vocal coaching.
It is. It is a little bit like that. Franco Nero plays a rubber baron in this movie.
Okay.
Who has an opera in the middle of the jungle.
Shut the front door. Are you serious?
Honestly, I promise you there's an opera going on in the middle of the jungle. And Franco Nero is the rubber baron that is running this opera. Who is sat there.
Why am I not watching this now? Sorry.
So you've got Franco Nero sat there being fanned by an Indian as he has two children sat next to him, and you're going, I don't know if they're his kids or he's got those kids for other reasons.
Oh, wow.
And it's not explained. It's part fucking Fitzcarraldo, part... honestly, it's part Fitzcarraldo, part Apocalypse Now, and part kind of BBC Explorer period time drama. All rolled into one. And then Tom Holland turns up for the last 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm on it. I'm
visually,
fucking on it. I'm on it.
It looks fucking brilliant. The storytelling is fantastic. His relationship with his wife is brilliant, played by Sienna Miller, in the fact that it's kind of established that, I mean, this film is set, it's set in the turn of the century and runs right the way through to like 1923, so it's set up like 20 years. But it's very much established straight away that they have a relationship that's different to normal relationships of the time, that she's a very independent woman and is a very strong personality of her own, which in turn of the century Britain was almost unheard of, especially within the society that they're dealing in. And there's a great scene where she's telling him this, and he's going, I know, but, and that is what we have, but you also have to accept the fact that I don't want you doing this, because it's not because I don't think you can do it because you're a woman, it's because I don't want you to do it because you're my wife. And it's a fantastic scene. He gets caught up in the madness of it, but he never goes mad. And everyone just kind of gets caught up in his passion for it. It's very, very good, is what I'll say.
I'm watching it. I'm watching it before the next show, bud.
Yeah, I bought it for $9.99 on iTunes, and I'm very glad I did, and I'm very glad I watched it. But honestly, Holland's very good at doing what he does once you get past. It's not his accent's bad or anything. It's just he's weird talking, like Keanu Reeves is. Pattinson is brilliant.
Right, it is weirdly $14.93 on Blu-ray. Should I be blind buying this?
If you're wanting physical, I'd say yeah, it's worth getting. If you're wanting to get on iTunes, $9.99 is easily worth your money. It looks fucking great as well. Just stunning look. Some of the jungle shots are magnificent.
You think it'd be worth a blind buy as opposed to a rental?
I would, but yeah, it's fucking great. It is really good. It's a good. It isn't bogged down. It's not a hard watch. It's a pleasant watch. It verges on being a romp at points, but like a weird kind of romp. James Gray's a fucking great director, is what I'll say.
Okay, I'm gonna rent it.
I'd say maybe rent.
If I like it, then it will be on a 5 for 30 at some point in the next 6 months, I'd say.
Yeah, if it was a tenner to buy, I'd be saying yes.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling
it's
that.
It's beyond that $9.99. In that, I could see why some people might not get on with it, but I don't see if anyone says it's not very good. It's a bit like no, you're wrong. You just didn't get on with it.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Also, as well, it's got Angus McFadden doing Dickhead very well.
Ooh, okay. That sounds good.
Yeah, really fucking well. Fucking Franco Nero just sat, just having fun, just kind of looking at them. Looking at Charlie Hunnam and Robert Pattinson is brilliant.
Yeah, you very much sold this to me, man.
He's not even in it that much, but it's worth it. When I saw his name come up in the credits, I thought, oh, he's playing somebody cool.
Do you know what? I just realised I think we reviewed Power Rangers instead of this.
But we enjoyed Power Rangers.
We did enjoy Power Rangers.
I remember you actually said, you actually said, look, we'll do either. What do you want to do? And I think I said at the time, we're doing Power Rangers because it was your childhood and we need to do that.
That's true.
I think I said to you, I don't want you to not see that movie in the cinema because of me, and I still stand by that.
You're half glass filling that shit. I'll be honest, man. When I see Power Rangers for like a tenner on 4K, I'm picking it up.
I'm going to happily watch that when it arrives on Netflix in December.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Go on then, what have you been watching?
Okay, so I mean, I briefly mentioned Interstellar in the Dunkirk review. Yeah, that flick's fucking masterful. Like that's a fucking stunning film. But yeah, it's Interstellar. Rewatch Beauty and the Beast. Gotta say, that Beast CG is already looking a little bit.
Ooh, the bit where he's running around, or the bit where he's just stood.
Mate, I tell you what, right? The thing is, his hair, it's like his hair is in clumps, which doesn't work very well. Also, his clothes look CG, straight up look CG, and that makes the whole effect, like, dampened.
Ah, that's interesting.
And the thing is, I think maybe War of the Planet of the Apes has spoiled me slightly.
It could be that, yeah.
But yeah, that it doesn't look as good. That film still works better than it has any fucking right to overall.
Good.
And Donna fucking loved it.
So, good.
Yeah, no, like
good because we're not target audience for that movie, and we both really liked it, didn't we?
Yeah,
we were both very charmed by it. I get the feeling Donna more is the target audience for that.
Yeah, no, which is like she's got an affinity for Beauty and the Beast, and
exactly that.
So yeah, no, she was hard in for Beauty and the Beast. So yeah, it was a pleasure to watch it with her, I must say. Okay, so, well, this is going to be good. So cinemas do like kids club kind of things, or like Cineworld call it movies for juniors, where it's like a couple of quid, and it's usually an older film.
Yes.
When it's a brand new film released that weekend and they're doing it in the movies for juniors, alarm bells ring.
Was it Rock Dog?
No, Monster Island. So I took Lottie to see that at the weekend. So, no, it wasn't Rock Dog, no. So, basically, I saw in the Cineworld listings that it was on. I showed Lottie the trailer. I was like, do you want to see that? She was like, yeah. So, okay, cool. So, basically, the kid goes to school. His dad gets him to breathe in some weird aspirin inhaler thing once a day, and he doesn't know why. It's just because it's his dad. Or is it? He's actually a paedophile. That's the twist. No.
Oh, I thought it was.
No. That'd be dark. Basically, it keeps his monsterism at bay. So he doesn't inhale it one night, and he's at a Halloween party, and he turns into a monster. And his dad tells him, actually, yeah, you're descended from monsters, and there's this island full of monsters. And your mum, the woman, basically has a photo of who he thinks is his mum, and his dad's like, it's just a model I hired. And it's like, that's fucking messed up. What?
It's called that.
Like, I mean, it actually says it's a model I hired. It's like, okay. So he goes to Monster Island.
Why?
Sorry?
What if the model knew what was going on?
Well, the thing is, the mother's a monster as well. But like, he just, I don't know, he hired a model, fuck. So yeah, the kid goes to Monster Island, to find the truth about his mother, and, his dad goes after him. There's kind of an interesting idea with the villain in the film, where the villain is essentially the boy's uncle, but you don't know that until the third act, but fuck, if you are bothered about me spoiling Monster Island, then what the fuck? But, there's a flashback thing, and it's like his uncle wasn't always evil, and he accidentally killed his mother, but it was an accident. And then his dad is like, right, you are banished from this family, blah, 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 and that turns him evil. So there's kind of an interesting thing there about, well, you know, like, who's actually the evil one? Is it the one who's been turned evil, or the one who made him evil in the first place? But then that's dropped straight away. I was like, oh, alright, that's shit. Fair enough then. And then it's just like, yeah, okay, going against the bad guy, yay, and there's a love interest with a kid, and yay, and some of the character designs are fun. There was a good little visual moment that actually made me laugh out loud, where there are these monster cops who are tracking the kid because they think he's up to no good. And there's a moment where the love interest and the kid are in a shop, and the love interest looks out the window and sees the cops, and then the cops look at her, and then both just suddenly, like, do a motion like they're going down an escalator. But it's not like they're going downstairs. Like, they literally, like, physically move like they're going down an escalator. And it was like, they're outside?
That's
and
strange.
it genuinely made me laugh out loud. And there was another bit as well, actually, where the bad guy's henchman comes into the bad guy's, like, living room and just has a box of stuff. And he's like, where does this stuff go? And the bad guy's like, well, what's in it? And he's like, it's a load of plates. And he's like, well, the kitchen. It's like, but it says bathroom on the box. And he's like, well, why would I put plates in the bathroom? And the monster's going, well, where do you want them then? And the bad guy's like, the kitchen. And then the bad guy just comes out muttering, saying like, well, it's confusing because it said the bathroom, but it's plates. And it was like, well, I quite enjoyed that as well. And then, like, there's a couple of these really fucking random moments where it's not like a kids' film where they're trying to appeal to adults. It's like a kids' film where they're just trying to appeal to people who would laugh at weird shit. And yeah, so I mean, like, the thing is, I didn't hate it. 2 out of 5. It looks horrific, like bad. Like there are scenes where it's almost like in intensive bits in video games where the frame rate just goes down. Like there's literally like swooping shots where it looks like it's like 15 frames a second. It's fucking weird. But yeah, I mean there's a couple of moments that sparked it up. The message in the film is harmless enough. Lottie quite enjoyed her time with it, which kind of always gives me a bit of a boost, to be honest.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like it. It's it's bobbins, but it's utterly inoffensive bobbins. And like, I mean, I think with my unlimited thing, we maybe paid like £2.50 to see it total. So
Can't
fine.
rub that, can you?
Yeah, fine. You know. I'll tell you what is shit. Godzilla.
Yeah, I didn't like it on second watch.
Right, so Kong Skull Island will be watched in 4K this weekend, so I thought I'd watch Godzilla. It's on Amazon Prime. That film is the weirdest fucking audience trolling blockbuster. It's almost impressive if it wasn't for the fact that I want to see Godzilla fight.
Yeah.
And it just backs away from seeing Godzilla do fucking anything until the last 15 minutes. And before that, it's build up to Godzilla doing something, cut to the aftermath.
Yeah.
That, Aaron Taylor-Johnson, not a very engaging lead.
No, it's weird. He doesn't work as a leading man like that, but you kind of feel like he should. But then when you got him as a character in Nocturnal Animals, he's fantastic.
Yep. Him shitting on that outside toilet, give him a fucking Oscar.
Yeah.
It's weird. Elizabeth Olsen is given fuck all to do. Ken Watanabe is basically Asian guy who knows more than everybody else.
He basically is. You're Asian, right? Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Bryan Cranston is mad dad who dies at end of first act, and Juliette Binoche is wife who dies 15 minutes into film and publicly criticised the film after the fact.
That just feels like a Juliette Binoche thing to do. That.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, yes, I obviously die in the flashback bit because otherwise the rest of the film doesn't quite work. But yes, I'm going to complain about it afterwards. It's not like, I don't know, it's not like her character dying must have been a surprise to her when she read the script, but, you know...
Apparently that scene was the reason why she did the movie.
What?
Yeah, apparently that was what that scene, the way that scene was written was what convinced her to do the movie.
What, like her and Cranston?
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough. Yeah. That film is fucking awful. Like, I mean, I haven't seen the Book of Henry, so it might be horrible. It might well be horrible, and a lot of people say it's horrible, but also people say it's quite ambitious and is reaching for a lot of stuff, which I appreciate. The thing is, this is a Godzilla film that Edwards had to fight to make. You know, like, they did the Comic-Con thing, and then that, like, the reaction to that was good, so they kind of greenlit the film. But then he made a film which is so aggressively not showing Godzilla off. And instead being this weird, we're going to show the aftermath and the devastation and then people talking about Godzilla. But then it's almost like Warner's saw an early cut of the film and were like, for fuck's sake, Gareth, just have him fight someone. We're fucking begging you.
Yeah.
And then they decided to do it. And it's so dimly lit as well. Fuck knows how anyone watched this in 3D. This film with like 20% less brightness?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Seriously, I gave this film 1.5 on Letterboxd. It doesn't deserve that. I'm fucking editing that right now. This film is fucking awful. And if Edwards was actively trolling his audience, then fuck you. I'm slightly impressed if you admit that, but fuck you. Michael Dougherty doing Godzilla King of Monsters, awesome. Adam Wingard doing Godzilla vs. Kong, awesome. I look forward to those films.
But Rogue One was good.
Yeah, and Tony Gilroy reshot a fuckload of it.
Yeah, fair point. Tony Gilroy is good.
So there you go. I will be very intrigued to see what Gareth Edwards does next, because it seems like he played ball on Rogue One. And maybe the finished product, I wonder if he maybe got more credit on the finished product than he should have because he played ball. I wonder. Anyway. My final one for this week is Personal Shopper.
What was this like?
So, Olivier Assayas' film, Clouds of Silas Maria, is either on Netflix or Amazon Prime, I can't remember. That film is really, 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 really worth watching, even though the last 15 minutes or so are not great, but it's really worth watching.
It's one that I keep meaning to get around to and then not.
It's really good. It's really good. Kristen Stewart is very good in it.
Yeah.
Kristen Stewart is very, very good in Personal Shopper. She's really good.
Good.
So, story is... Actually, I don't really know if I want to say too much, just because I didn't know much about this film going in.
And I know virtually nothing.
What does the trailer say? The trailer... Okay, so she's a personal shopper for a high roller, person. It's not said in the trailer, so I'm trying to... yeah. She had a twin brother who died suddenly. And she made a pact with her brother that if either of them died, the other would give them a sign from the afterlife. So turns into slightly Hitchcockian mystery, slightly horror film, slightly drama thing about Kristen Stewart trying to get over grief. There are bits of this film that I don't like, and they are the Hitchcockian bits.
Right.
There's a mystery in this film which has a resolution where I actually thought after, was that actually supposed to be a mystery? Because it was so fucking obvious that the fact that this dedicated so much time to it seeming to be a mystery is weird. So there's that. However, Kristen Stewart does dealing with grief very, 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 very well. Very well. It looks great. And there is a shot towards the end that I was pretty wowed by. In a kind of a beguiled sense, actually.
All right, yeah.
There's something ghostly going on in an image which I was really taken with. I would like you to watch this at some point and we'll talk.
I will try and watch it this week.
I don't know what you'll think of it.
I always like that, though, going into films where I'm not quite sure. I know nothing about it. So I'm going to go in with that. I'm not going to read anything about it. I'm not going to watch a trailer or anything. I'm just going to go into it cold. Okay. I think I get a feeling I might get a better environment out of it if I go into it cold.
Okay, yeah. That's why I didn't really want to say too much. Okay, I'm going to do Lost City of Z.
I'll do that. I'll do Personal Shopper. That way it's quite fresh in your mind when we're talking about it.
Yeah, and I tell you what, shall we say this? We'll both rent it on iTunes. If either of us don't like the other one, we'll give the other person that money.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
How's that sound? Because I want you to watch this, but after the Greasy Strangler experience, I'm not sure I'd want to... I don't think I want to go that far, because I'm not entirely sure what you'd make, but I would love to have a discussion.
I think, if anything, even if I don't like it, I still think it's going to be an interesting watch.
Yeah. For me, not as good as Clouds of Silas Maria, but not by much.
Ah, cool.
And that's it. We have no emails. I checked yesterday and we didn't, so I'm going to go with that.
Cool.
I think we have some Twitter questions though, don't we?
We do, yes. I've got them here if you want.
If you wouldn't mind, yeah.
Steve Dixon at the Great SD. What order do you place Christopher Nolan's in, from best all the way down to almost best?
Oh, fuck me sideways. All right, fuck man. Asking now. Christ. Oh God. Following at the bottom. No, Insomnia at the bottom. Even though I like all his films.
Yeah.
Insomnia at the bottom. Following. Batman Begins. Memento. Fuck. Fuck. Dark Knight Rises. Interstellar. Dark Knight, Dunkirk. Is that everything?
Prestige, you've missed out.
Fuck. Prestige. Insert before the Dark Knight.
So, Dunkirk, you think Dunkirk is his best film?
Yes, I do.
Right. Mine, again, like them all. Really do like them all.
Yeah.
Memento.
Mm-hmm.
Following.
Yeah.
Begins.
Mm-hmm.
Insomnia.
Mm-hmm.
The Prestige.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Knight Rises, Inception.
Oh fuck! I missed Inception. Fuck.
Oh, you missed Inception, yeah.
Oh god. That would be under the Dark Knight, but above the Prestige.
Yeah, mine's Inception. Then Dunkirk. Then The Dark Knight, and then Interstellar.
Yeah, cool.
But Interstellar and Dark Knight could literally swap at any day. I do think The Dark Knight is, for me, personally, I think it is the best comic book movie made, because essentially it's like somebody went, right, what would it be like if Heat was a comic book movie?
I very much agree with that. However, Dunkirk is
and I can absolutely see your point on that. Interstellar, I was absolutely fucking wowed by that.
Yeah.
And I've watched it 3 or 4 times since, and I still think it affected me.
The thing is, his top 5 or 6 are 5-star films for me.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of like, which child do you kill? Almost.
All of them. All of them.
Oh, all right.
Right. What else have we got? We've got another one. Rick Kidd, at Rick J. Kidd, is Dunkirk the best war film of this century? If not, what is?
Yes, it is.
It is, yeah. There are notable other mentions, like, I still think Fury's a great film. Jarhead and things like that. But yeah, it is the best war film of this century.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rick, that wasn't a particularly interesting answer.
That is it. There have been some good war films, but I think the war film was kind of... I think the Hurt Locker also, you've got to pull into there. I think the war film was kind of... Everyone's kind of focused on doing Middle East war films, and I don't think they lend themselves to something like the Second World War or even the First World War or Vietnam films do, because when you're telling us a story about that, you've got to incorporate modern warfare into it, but also as well, you're telling a lot more of the story about the politics of it all, whereas films about World War One and World War Two, you get Vietnam, you've got a lot of the politics of it, but it's from a different kind of angle. It was a very political war. It was almost like the first political war where everybody kind of knew it was wrong, whereas there's not actually that many World War One movies. And World War Two, they tend to be about the war, and they tend to ignore the politics and stand away from the politics because nobody wants to talk about the politics, even to the extent of where Nolan said that he didn't want politics to come into it. That's why there's no mention. That's why Churchill's not in it, and his voice isn't in it.
To an extent, I think that's probably why there's no fucking enemy soldiers in it as well. So you can't have like
it's not their story.
You can't have a physical thing to go, yeah, fuck you, or anything like that.
It's not their story.
Yeah, quite.
All films don't have to be all things to all men, and it's not their story being told. That's the reasoning why. So yeah, that was all the questions. Just so that everybody knows, the dog's favourite film this week was Operation Jumbo Drop.
Did mean to ask you about that. Yeah. Okay. Good stuff.
I watched 10 minutes of Operation Jumbo Drop with him and went, why have I not watched this film?
Isn't that Bill Murray?
No, it's Operation Jumbo Drop is Danny Glover, Ray Liotta, and Dennis Leary.
Bill Murray was in something like that, I fucking swear to God.
He probably was, yeah.
Even though...
So this week I will be watching Operation Jumbo Drop with the dog again at some point, probably.
Sweet. I'm looking forward to you saying they're like, yeah, okay, fine. And that's going to do it for this week's show. Right, next week we've got The Big Sick. We've got 47 Meters Down.
Yep.
Or we've got Wish Upon.
What the fuck is Wish Upon?
It's a fucking horror film.
I need to wait for the what is it to come out. For the listings to come out.
What the fuck, man? It's Wednesday.
Views listings are up. Currently for View York, I'll tell you what is showing. They've been doing this a lot recently. View York, Friday, A Dog's Purpose at 10 o'clock. That's it, apparently. Tomorrow, it's got all tomorrow's on, but it only has that on for Friday. They did this a lot because I didn't think they were showing, for a while, I was like, why are they not showing Baby Driver? Why are they not showing Baby Driver? And then all of a sudden, they were showing it loads.
I'll tell you what, if the old projection manager, Mark Reeder, who was the kind of the projectionist manager for the company, is still he can't be working there because he was always fucking hardcore. We're having these fucking listings out, you bastards.
Yeah. But listings for York are always really late because they're supposed to come out Tuesday, and then
they're supposed to come out Monday, man. We always fucking had them out Monday. Like my projectors were fucking programmed on Mondays, bud. I tell you what, they've been fucking slipping.
The site's got some stuff listed on, but I've gone off the site before and it's changed like days before.
Mate, fucking
the Big Sick. It would appear to miss the
York,
Big Sick.
I've got the times here. It's working on the mobile app.
Is it
for Friday?
I've got times on the website, but last time I checked the website, previously for other films, they changed like the day before. But it was appear like the Big Sick might not be showing.
Yes. Fuck. Yeah, it's not. What the fuck? How is the Big Sick not showing?
I don't know. It's been having trailers for it as well.
Okay, so you've got 47 meters down. You've got Girls Trip.
Let's hold up on this a second.
The Wall.
No, because you really want to see the Big Sick, didn't you?
I'm gonna go see it, but I'll watch something else.
Let's have a look.
Oh, The Wall is exclusively at View. Really? Someone big directed that. Fuck, who directed that?
The Wall. Doug Liman.
Yeah, it's totally Doug Liman. Yeah.
Is that the Aaron Taylor Johnson, John Cena one?
Yeah, and it's only playing at View.
Fucking hell. It's only like 80 minutes long.
Bloody hell, right? But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go see The Big Sick, but I'll happily see 47 meters down as well. Like,
What's that? I might just go and see The Big Sick. It's playing at City Screen.
Oh, fine. All right then.
Because I want to see The Big Sick actually.
I'm gonna do Captain Underpants as well.
You can do Captain Underpants, that, yeah.
I'm fucking. That film's got some good reviews, dude.
It's got some very good reviews, yeah. 47 meters down. That's the one with Mandy Moore in it that had the fucking horrible trailer.
Yep, directed by Johannes Roberts, who did.
Yeah. Yeah. It had the trailer that looked like it was made on a phone app, a free app, the light version, before they even got like the paid for version.
Yeah, I'm quite tempted to go see 47 meters down of a weekday evening next week.
I don't blame you. Yeah, well, I'll work it out and I'll go and see The Big Sick at some point over the weekend.
Good stuff. All right, cool. So we'll do. Sorry, just Michael Caine tweeting. Just saw Dunkirk. You must see it. Good for Michael Caine. Yeah. So it's going to be The Big Sick. We'll do Twin Peaks. We'll do the huge. Patreon.com/Dude and the Monkey, dudeandthemonkey.com, at Mark Foster, no, at Dude Foz, at Dude and a Monkey, at Ian Loring. My name's been Ian Loring. I'm going to go and have my tea, and I think Mark might as well.
Yeah. Thank you very much for listening, guys. Speak to you next week.
Bye.